Hello and welcome to Where the Living Room Used to Be, a podcast about Rhode Island's music scene. Hey everyone, it's James. For this mini episode, Rafay Rashid passes along some songwriting advice that he got from his uncle, as well as the beauty of creating with friends, and we discuss the emotions that inspire him. So I hope you enjoy, and if you do, please share and leave a rating or review wherever you're listening right now, as those things really do help, and I appreciate it very much. Thanks. Rafay, I wanted to ask you, have you had a person in your life, whether it's a mentor or a fellow bandmate, someone that you've toured with, or, anyone that's in your musical sphere, have they shared a piece of advice with you that has stuck with you and you'd like to kind of pass that along now?
Yeah, I think one thing that I remember my uncle actually telling me while we were listening to one of my demos, he offered the opinion that we should strip things back in the chorus, like take things out and not get bigger, but actually get smaller. And that's something I try to always take with me, because I think my inclination and a lot of people think just this is the chorus, this is where things need to get bigger, and we need to put the ride cymbal and everything needs to get a little bit more oomph. But actually removing things, I find, gets people to kind of lean closer and get drawn in. So it's kind of like when you're giving a speech or something, this is something my dad told me, which is if you want people to listen to you when you're giving a speech, don't raise your voice, actually lower your voice a little bit, because it makes people pay attention. So that would be the main thing, I would think, just taking things away. And I guess really what it's saying is embrace minimalism and dynamics.
Yeah, I mean, that's on point. It definitely seems like it's the natural tendency to just be it's gonna swell to this particular thing, and but yeah, just going against the grain with that, I'm sure also is, part of it. But yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and I need to take that advice a lot more myself, because I still
everyone's gonna go back and listen to your discography and be like, I don't know, Rafay, that guy's he has every chorus gets bigger,
True.
Yeah. But then from your experience, I mean, you've been playing for such a long time and have played in various capacities, played different instruments. Has there been something that you've learned from your own personal experience that you would also like to kind of share?
Yeah, I think the big thing for me, just looking back on when the songwriting has felt most fruitful and when I felt most inspired in the act of making music, is when I've had these moments where I can just hang out with friends and make songs on the spot with friends, in the room, because that's your, for some reason, at least for me, that's when your most infectious ideas come about. It's in a room, not isolated, removed from the world, thinking about, how is this imaginary audience going to, take this, but actually when you're surrounded by your friends and you might make an ass out of yourself, but that's the risk.
Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. There's something to that improvisation and that sort. It's not even necessarily pressure with other friends, but there's something that's kind of subtly there that at least has pushed me as well too, when it's in the moment, and I played a show and the power went out, so just I need to play drums to kind of fill in some time now, or fill in some space so it's not just dead air, and can just kind of push, that moment of inspiration, so, but
exactly. Yeah. There's like a necessity there that drives the inspiration.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then, with that, as we just mentioned it, like I'm always curious, like what inspires musicians, and it can be like what, inspires the music that you create, or just what inspires you as a person to, to make things, or just to, put one foot in front of the other,
Yeah. I would say it's either, in my experience, it's like either sadness, or it's comedy, or it's like a critique of something, you know what I mean? Something in the world. So I'm sure that's not a terribly original answer, but like at the end of the day, that is what inspires me. And a lot of it is just like, it's just an optimistic feeling, you know what I mean? It's just, yeah, I guess there's no real formula to it for me, but I've been sort of in like kind of a little bit of a writer's, I don't want to say a writer's block, but like just in a zone where I'm not forcing music out of me. I'm not even like really coaxing it out. And so this is a first for me, actually, where I'm just like spending about a year just living life. So I guess just like allowing yourself to do that was important for me, and not sitting down to write a song every single day, which is what I was doing for a while.
Yeah. I mean, definitely some benefit to balance, but yeah, I mean, when you just mentioned it, you had like 80 demos for, other bands, so it must be a little bit of a shift with that. But yeah, I'm not very good at slowing down. So I'm going to take that advice of, trying to not do a ton of stuff, but I'm with you. And yeah, this is really cool. That's some really on point pieces of advice. And yeah, I appreciate you sharing that stuff. So thanks again, Rafay.
You got it. Thank you.
Thanks again for checking this out. In the full episode, Rafay covered some of the members of Ravi Shavi over the years, including the beloved Nick Iddon, who made a tremendous impact on Rhode Island's music scene. What I have for you next are a couple of live tracks recorded at the Parlour on March 5th, 2022, which was a birthday show for Nick, as well as Tara Hansen. The show included some of Nick's other bands, such as Viking Jesus and Animal Face, as well as The Chops. And this was one of Nick's last shows before his passing. Overall, this has really just become like a legendary night, and I wanted you all to hear this.
Call me everybody feeling? Everybody? Alright. You have to ask. Alright, this song's called Indecision. You're out of my league, but I'm in my element. Come home with me, just for the hell of it. This is